My enemy Rurik is dead, and the traitorous Grettir has been driven from my lands. I should be thankful for this good fortune, though vengeance has so long consumed my heart I know not what to do without it. Yet I am still the king, and the king is never without enemies. Hello Wanderers, welcome back to our Crusader Kings 3 roleplay series following Clan Stjarna. And in the aftermath of last episode, where King Styrkar had finally rid himself of his longtime enemy, King Rurik of Novgorod, and then thereafter defeated Grettir, the man who tried to take power from the clan away from him. Things are a lot different for Styrkar now. He, in some ways, may be lacking the same purpose, even though he does still have enemies around. Of course, Karelia and Novgorod are still threats, and obviously Helgi is someone Styrkar would consider to be a threat and possibly part of his revenge as well. But for the most part, in the aftermath of Rurik's death, Styrkar would certainly be feeling a bit of loss. The vengeance that had guided him is no longer there, so he will need to fill his time with other matters. And he does have a realm to rule, and indeed it is a realm that is not completely without its fractures. As you can see, our good servant, the son of our loyal friend Jarl Frothi, his son Magnus, is facing threats from two Vepsian lords, of course, the sons of our enemy of Uljoy of Ustiug, have risen up against Magnus here. And we need to, well, I would like to help him. There's not really much we can do, unfortunately. We can't force Chieftain Aquila here to stand down, and we can't really do anything directly, unfortunately, but that doesn't mean that we do not want to assist. And the way I see it is that our troops just finished a pretty hard-fought war against Grettir here. We don't have the troops to come in and assist here, and we do also have other things in mind. So we obviously want to help Jarl Frothi, or Jarl Magnus, I should say, and we shall try to do so. He has some troops, but he's fighting quite the coalition, so I'm not sure if he could win. But what we may try to do to give him a little hand would be perhaps to... We could try to imprison Chieftain Aquila, I should say. And that may give us some options, or we could simply murder him. That would put his brand newborn daughter as the chiefess. That would probably weaken them quite a bit. I think that might be the best option, because we can't really afford to commit ourselves to another war in the south. I'd rather do this through subterfuge. So let's try to murder scheme here. And wow, we just immediately have two people joining our scheme here. And he is his Noedi. I don't know what that is, but I assume it's somebody important. So let's see. Yeah, that should be a pretty 16 months. Can invite his wife. She doesn't like him too much. Well, a little bribe perhaps. 15. Would that speed up the plot at all? I mean, it adds 24 power. She is pretty... Yeah, you know what? This might be worth it. We can get money through raids, so... There we go. Let's help out our friend there. So we're gonna set time running here. So obviously we want to act against Karelia here, and that is something that we are going to be doing, but I would like to build up some prestige so that we can subjugate him. I'd rather subjugate him than simply conquer the duchy, because I feel like subjugation is a little bit more fitting rather than just taking all his counties and giving it away to random people. It's more interesting if we subjugate him and maybe he rises up against us. It's better for the story, I think. Styrbjorn seems to have been having a difficult time at our latest feast. He buried his face in his food, the only talking he did was asking for serving after serving. Food is always a joy, gluttonous. Well, I think we'll let him be gluttonous, actually. He can eat, so celebrate a little bit. Why not? So, yes, there is Karelia, but there is also the chiefdom of Chudia. And as you can see, Averki has died, as has his son, High Chieftain Nico. And that leaves a young 11-year-old girl in charge. And that is something that we should probably try to capitalize on. The woman in charge of cleaning the clothes of Chieftain Aquila's guards is brought to me. No one will notice her tampering with her clothes. And if something distracted could be planted... Oh, geez, yeah, I can't afford to spend that much money, so we'll cut holes in their clothes. What I would like to do also is to find some marriage prospects for our children. Now, our son is friends with Maria Karyalainen, and she is the daughter of the High Chieftain of Karelia. I don't think it would be a terrible idea if we were to marry them together. They're similar of age, and that would kind of give us a good reason to basically subjugate Karelia and then kind of keep him under control after that. If his daughter is married to our heir, he may be a little less willing to act against us. So I think we might actually do that. And they are friends, so I think that does kind of play, not a huge part in our decision, but I think it would be something that Styrkar would consider, that this relationship between them might be a little bit better off than if he was just to, do something that was purely political. So I think this actually makes sense. Styrkar, he cares for his children. He's kind of aloof in some ways, but I think he does care for his children. And I think he kind of realizes, he had this alliance that was simply, this marriage alliance that was just for politics. And, I think there might be just a little part of him, a tiny part of his decision that thinks that maybe he wants a little bit better for his son. So we will arrange that. It is just a betrothal because his son is still just a little bit too young there. And I would like to arrange a betrothal for young Frothy as well. And I was looking through and I did see some possible options. Now, what would this be? Thuradir? I'm not quite sure how to pronounce that. Pretty sure it's Thuradir or Thurathir, something like that. But anyway, she is the daughter or the sister of the Jarl of Yilland. And that would probably be a pretty decent option. That is a pretty powerful alliance there, and I think that Styrkar is well known enough that he may be able to start getting some of these alliances abroad. So we will arrange that betrothal as well. And that could be a very useful alliance with us. Yeland is pretty powerful. And I mean, look at Sweden here. Sweden is getting chonky. And that's probably a little bit of a concern. So there we go. Got that arranged. I would probably like to go on a raid. Oops, I should have raised everybody as raiders. Expand all. Raise all as raiders. So we are going to go on a raid, and I'm considering where might be a good place to raid. Well, the King of France does happen to be fighting a war in the south against the Umayyads. And that might leave Paris kind of undefended. I know we mentioned doing a siege of Paris last time. I mean, the Viking siege of Paris was a pretty famous event in history, so why don't we try and recreate that? This could be a pretty good way for Styrkar to gain himself some prestige. And we do want to gain prestige because I really want to get to Exalted Among Men, because that would allow us to found the capital of the Rus. If we get our fame up to Exalted Among Men, we can form that, and that will give us some really nice bonuses to Komolgari. And that, I think, would be pretty awesome, actually. So that's where we're going. We'll send our raiders here, or we'll join our raiders, I suppose, and we shall raid Paris. That, I think, will be pretty epic. I'll just quickly check what's going on here. I'm sure our assassination's still going on. Oh, they're sieging down Magnus's land. How long do we have till the 4 months? Ooh, don't think it's gonna last that long. Like I said, unfortunately, mechanically, there's nothing we could do, really, to assist with that, so just have to take it as is. Alright, here we are, raiding Paris. The French troops are nowhere to be seen, except for the garrison, and that will not be enough to stop us. With the recent upset among the peasants of Veliki Ustyug, one of my agents has presented a unique suggestion for taking care of Chieftain Aquila. With the coin in the right pockets and agitators on every corner, we could stage an entire riot while the chieftain is passing through the street. Oh wow, yeah, let's do it. Yeah, let's have him killed in a riot. The chieftain Aquila is dead, beat and trampled by his own subjects. The peasants went wild seeing their liege riding through the streets and tore both him and several of his champions from their mounts, beating them to death. Many peasants were hanged, including my agitators, which means it cannot be traced back to me. So that is the end of Chieftain Aquila. Unfortunately, that doesn't look like it did. Oh, actually, yeah, okay, so he may have actually just stopped the war. The leader of the revolt, Chieftain Aquila, upon his death, his troops disbanded and went home. So you're welcome, Jarl Magnus. You're welcome. Alright, so we got to bring back some loot from this raid, so we should look for some other nice little counties. Oh, here's one. Dro. That would be a good one to raid. We captured... Oh, dear. We captured the... the Queen of France. Well, we could make her a concubine. That is an option, but 100 coins. I mean, we do not get a lot of money. We're like, money is hard to come by as a Norse ruler. And who is this? Some random... He won't pay for her ransom. He'll definitely pay for his pregnant wife's ransom. And That's a huge ransom. Like, that is a ton of money. So I think, what? He won't even pay for... He won't even pay for his wife's ransom. All right, well, we'll bring her back. Maybe we will make her a concubine. I mean, if he's not going to pay us, then... You know, what other choice do we have, really? I mean, no, we're not going to do it for a favor. I mean... Oh, okay, she's not pregnant, though. Oh, she just had she'd had a kid just before we finished the raid. All right, let's keep making some money here. 8. Oh yeah, we could probably hit up a couple of these places. Oh, we're capturing a bunch of people. Let's get some ransoms here. Why don't you pay for your freedom there? I mean, this is gonna be some good money here. And Styrkar will definitely be getting some prestige on his way back. Lonely Grave, odd. This is a completely uninhabited part of my realm. The next village would have been at least half a day's journey away, and while I myself rarely travel there, I had some official business to take care of, and yet there it is, a single gravestone high on a promontory looking over much of the countryside. How such a grave got there, and who is buried under it, no one knows, since it's quite far from civilization. Yeah, let's just continue on. I don't see any reason to stop. Our prisoner died. She was old, though. When we get back, we may take the French queen as our concubine. Ooh, look at that. That's a lot of money in Rouen. How much money can we fit here? Quite a bit. Man, we're just laying waste to France here, though. Probably go and hit up... Oh yeah, maybe these two counties right in a row here as well. I'm surprised they're not raising their local armies to come in fight against me. Oh. Okay, well, he will pay the money. Nah, you know what? This is, it's too late. He should have offered it, earlier there. We're gonna bring her back with us. That was his mistake. He should have, we made the offer the first time and he balked. So that's not our problem anymore. Let's go and cash. Where can we? Oh yeah, then we'll head right here to Amiens. Man, we're just laying waste to France here. Collecting a ton of loot, ton of money here. Keen eye. Vasilko seemed to enjoy our latest feast immensely. Of all the things, he could not stop talking about the rich clothes and glittering gold he saw there. These are the trappings of power by which our world is ruled. He could be greedy. He could be gregarious. Lustful. I think this is probably the one that makes the most sense for Styrkar to teach him. So he can be greedy. Still no sign of the French armies. They must still be far down in the south there. Alright, and then maybe we'll go to... Ooh, look at that. There's a lot of money there. Some folks dying in prison. Just random people though, right? Who are you? No. You look like a sacrifice to me. A lot of raiding going on over in England as well. But France is ours. Probably gonna head to Lille next here. Oh, we captured, who is this? Some random French kid? Are you willing to pay for him? Alright, we'll let you pay for him. We are losing some troops just from attrition, so we might have to do something about that. Oh, got a little marriage here between our champion. I must have arranged that earlier. So the raids seem to be going pretty well. No special events or anything just yet, but that's quite alright. Oh man, look at that. 32. We don't even need to do that one because we can't even fit that much money, but my son and heir Styrbjorn hovers in the limbo between childhood and adulthood. I have taught him enough to understand the truth, and he is young enough to have an open mind. If I want to induct him into the service of Freya, it is now or never. Indeed, we shall certainly be teaching, as we have already, Styrbjorn the ways of the world beyond and of things that even Styrkar doesn't fully grasp himself. He was inducted by Sig, but he hasn't had enough time to really focus on this. So, but he does believe in it strongly, and so he will be teaching Styrbjorn this. So there we go. Witchcraft induction. What is this? A few bear attacks recently occurred at the edge of town in Kolmogri. Oh dear. Bears, terrifying creatures. Killing several people each time, including a couple of my minor officials. Though uncommon, such tragedies are not unheard of. And what is more disturbing is that it has been verified by one of my officials who witnessed all of the attacks that the same bear was behind these separate incidents. The bear managed to get away each time before the town guards could do anything about it. So everyone in the area is on edge. Tell the local guards to increase patrols. Send in some soldiers to help hunt the beasts. Yeah, we'll send some soldiers. Why don't we? Soldiers catch and kill the bear. Good. Alright, yeah, we're gonna raid this place even though we can't get all the loot from it, but it seems like a good place to raid. Dangerous faction. Who the heck are you? High Chiefess Tada of Ustjuk. What? Magnus seems to have been ousted from his position despite our best efforts, and now his mother is in charge. Tada, she used to be our spy master at one point. Well, she is not going to be independent, so I don't know what she's trying to do here, but she's welcome to try it, I suppose. And there we go, the raid is done, and we have captured this young girl of the House of Londra. And we will ransom her. Alright, let's take our loot and our captured subjects, and let's head back. What? People are raiding me? Oh my gosh. I think that's it makes sense. Styrkar himself was way down there. There's no way we were paying attention to what was going on in our realm. We're going to pick another lifestyle perk. And I think we're going to go for Bellum Justum. Because we do plan on expanding, so it might make sense to have the cheaper, we consider ourselves to have a right to rule these lands in some sense, so that is what we are going to do. Our court physician's knowledge increases. Nice. She might actually be pretty decent at her job now. I wonder if we can catch these raiders here. Where are our ships? Oh, I had it paused, so they weren't anywhere. Can we just come and land? Oh, no, we're not going to catch it in time. Of course it's the Corellians. They just come and do a little border raid. Cowards. We'll show them. Soon enough, we shall show them. What is this? Royal Lapse. The pageantry of the court continues day after day from dawn to dusk. Rico extemporizes on my greatness, spouting platitude and praises. Nearby, High Chiefess Tada joins in, playing to the crowd, grinning stupidly and expecting a sign of my favor for her antics. A deep, insistent desire to let my mask slip and tell these people my true feelings slowly builds, gnawing at my mind and distracting my attention. A lone bead of sweat trickles interminably down my brow. Rico notices my distance, inquiring, "Are you all right, my lord?" with almost genuine concern. Who is this, Rico? Just a guest? Nobody important. Oh, we can't like lash out at these people? Yeah, okay, we're just gonna turn and leave before we do something that we would regret. There we go. 159 coins and 159 prestige. That is pretty significant. Can disband our armies. And as we said, we did bring back a little something else as well. The Queen of France, who shall be made into our concubine. Oh, yeah, they don't really like us. She's the daughter of the King of Navarre. Well, I mean, that's pretty prestigious concubine, I suppose. So there's that. Could get a ransom for this kid here. Yeah, okay, I'll take that ransom. And you're gonna end up being a sacrifice here. So let us sacrifice you to Odin. There we go. Look at that. We went from having 0 coins to 230. That is quite significant. Oh. Look at this. Grettir wants a third, the best 2 out of 3 possible outcomes. We pay money to him, or if he won't give us money if we win. Also, where the hell did he get so much money? Holy crap. 590. He should be paying us money if we win. All right. I'll accept Grettir. You really want to do this again? No wonder they call you the foolish. Wait, he's the Count of Moskva? Hold on here. What? Where's Moskva? Grettir, wow, that's pretty cool actually. Grettir must have taken what remained of his loyal troops, traveled all the way south here, and landed in Moskva and took it over for himself. That's kind of badass actually. Damn, kudos to Grettir, but you're going down here in this fight. We shall show him how we heft an axe. My axe flows around Grettir like water, each strike chaining fluidly into the next, a series of perfectly timed attacks. His spear moves into a lazy defensive position, and he begins shouting me down, his tone what one would use for a misbehaving serf, not a king. My form is good, with only small errors, and Grettir's stance is failing. You're an old man, Grettir. Can't keep up with us anymore. Let us tire. No, let's keep attacking confidently here, and we shall just keep smashing into him with our axe, battering him down, breaking shield after shield, and we'll now unleash an expert onslaught upon him. Few men can withstand my powerful barrage of cleaves, and my opponent is no exception. Grettir fights like a man possessed, lashing out with a never-ending storm of piercing thrusts that force me back and back and back. It's not till he takes a second to exult in his imminent victory that I'm able to land a desperate blow to his temple with the haft of my axe. Grettir staggers back blindsided, giving me a solid opening to swipe his spear away with a powerful cleave. No weapon left. My opponent is at my mercy, and he knows it. A bitter yield is mine in moments. So even at his old age, even at 66, Grettir still managed to put us on our back foot. The guy's insane. 36 martial. Insane. Wow. But pretty sure that that makes us the definitive victor here, Grettir. 2 out of 3 times. He has gained the trait severely injured, and he's got a huge bunch of stress as well. So, infected wound good. Hopefully he will not live long from that. Pretty impressive victory. Trial by combat victory. The gods smiled heartily on me yesterday. Not only did I get to beat Grettir bloody for his temerity. I conclusively proved his slanderous claims utterly baseless. Perhaps the next fool would think first before challenging King Styrkar to a bout. Justice is served. Oh, look, he's got a critical stress break too. Near death. Oh, he's gonna die from this. That third battle was the last one for him, I think. Good. Well, show him, the man who thought he could lead Clan Stjarna. What are you doing, Corellia? I'm raising my armies. I see those Corellians coming. I don't like it. Which way are they going here? The age of knowing. My ward Vasilko hovers in the limbo between childhood and adulthood. I've taught him to understand the truth. Yes, we shall also induct Vasilko as well. He might not accept, but he might. No, he is doubtful. He doesn't accept. What's going on here? Jeez. Another rebellion? Another war of tyranny. What's going to happen if they enforce their demands? It's just going to be... They're just going to put Magnus in charge. All right, well, you know, let them do as they will. Let us, you know what? Corellia raided our lands. We should take that back. Can we... Or I should say we should take revenge. Can we subjugate them? We can only wage one subjugation war. All right, so it looks like we're going to have to do just conquer the duchy. So let us do that. It is time. The Corellians have acted against us long enough. It's time to end their threat once and for all. Let us take... where is their... Yes, we'll probably need to hit this one first. Oh, we might be able to get their armies here. A curse undone. The twists and turns of fate have not always been to my advantage. Odin knows that I was cursed the day I met Count Grettir. Today, however, that curse has been lifted. Fate smiles upon me, and Grettir goes to the grave. Died from his wounds, the wounds he sustained in the single combat with us. Good. That threat to our power is now done. We will be leading the army ourselves. Oh, and looks like we're actually going to potentially catch them here. Maybe not. Under my long tutelage of young Vasilko, I was pleased to no end when he told me that he considers himself Norse. Ah, good. And indeed he is. And our son has come of age. Styrbjorn is a intricate web weaver and a pretty good young man. He's a decent fighter. His skills are pretty good all across the board. Just generally a good young man. And he can celebrate his coming of age with a marriage there. You don't need to wear that silly helmet though, so we'll fix that for you real quick. There you go. Alright, so let's see if we can... Alright, I don't necessarily want to hunt them down here quick, so we're gonna... Ooh, for years I have swept out on devastating raids, bringing the full fury of Odin to a trembling world, for surely if he disapproved, he would have struck me down by now. Instead, my household sleep, surrounded by the stolen fineries of foreign rulers and exotic slaves to warm my bed. Yes, such as the newest concubine, the former Queen of France. Truly, noble and peasants alike quail at my approach, and and parents silence crying children with the threat that I'll visit. Man, we are a terrifying foe, and that gives us the Viking trait. So finally, after all this time, Styrkar has finally shown himself to be a great raider, a great ruler, a great duelist, someone who has defeated his enemies in single combat, in battle, and has also outwitted them and taken them down through subterfuge. It's no wonder then that his dread is something to behold, and people fear to even act against him at this point. So that's pretty awesome. Some great traits from these as well. So no doubt the Corellians will find out soon exactly what it means to be on the wrong side of Styrkar. But we shall save that for the next episode. If you guys enjoyed this one, as always, leave a comment telling me what you think should happen in the next episode and what you thought of this one. Leave a like if you do so, please. And if you want to watch more, subscribe to the channel because there will be more. Until then, I have been Stray. You have all been absolutely wonderful, and we will see you in the next episode.